ओम ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
ओम ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
मूर्तिभेद विभागिने
मूर्तिभेद विभागिने
व्योमवद्व्याप्त देहाय
व्योमवद्व्याप्त देहाय
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
ॐ सहना भवतु।
ॐ सहना भवतु।
सहनौ भुनक्तु।
सहनौ भुनक्तु।
सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै।
सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै।
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं।
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं।
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्।
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्।
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्।
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्।
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्।
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्।
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः।
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः।
वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः।
वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः।
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः।
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा योगिनः।
यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः।
यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः।
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोऽस्तुते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी नमोऽस्तुते
रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टा हृष्टा तु कामान् सकलानभीष्टान्
रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टा तु कामान् सकलानभीष्टान्
त्वामाश्रितानान्न विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिता ह्यश्रयतां प्रयान्ति
त्वामाश्रितानां विपन्नराणाम् आश्रिताश्रयतां प्रयन्ति
सर्वाबाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी
सर्वबाधाप्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी
एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोऽस्तुते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी नमोऽस्तुते
रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टा रुष्टा तु कामान् सकलानभीष्टान्
रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टा रुष्टा तु कामान् सकलानभीष्टान्
त्वामाश्रितानान्न विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिता ह्यश्रयतां प्रयान्ति सर्वाबाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी
सर्वाबाधाप्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी
एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
विनाशनम्
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोऽस्तुते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी नमोऽस्तुते
रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टा रुष्टा तु कामान् सकलानभीष्टान्
रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टा तु कामान् सकलानभीष्टान्
त्वामाश्रितानान्न विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिता ह्यश्रयतां प्रयान्ति
त्वामाश्रितानां विपन्नराणाम् ह्यश्रयतां प्रयान्ति
सर्वाबाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी
सर्वबाधाप्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी
एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
एवमेव
त्वया कार्यं स्मत्वैरि विनाशनम्
ये हि संस्पर्शजा भोगाः
ये हि संस्पर्शजा भोगाः
दुःखयोनय एव ते
दुःखयोनय एव ते
आद्यन्तवन्तः कौन्तेय
आद्यन्तवन्तः कौन्तेय
न तेषु रमते बुधः
न तेषु
शेषुरमते बुधः
शक्नोति हैव यः सोढुम्
शक्नोति एव यः सोढुम्
प्राक्शरीरविमोक्षणात्
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 कामक्रोधोद्भवं वेगम्
कामक्रोधोद्भवं वेगम्
स युक्तः स सुखी नरः
संयुक्तः सुखी नरः
योऽन्तः सुखोऽन्तरारामः
योऽन्तरारामः
तथान्तर्ज्योतिरेव यः
तथान्तर्ज्योतिरेव यः
स योगी ब्रह्मनिर्वाणम्
स योगी ब्रह्मनिर्वाणम्
ब्रह्मभूतोऽधिगच्छति
ब्रह्मभूतोऽधिगच्छति
22 श्लोक we have seen sansparshaja bhogaha, pleasures which are born out of the contact between sense organs and sense object. Primarily they are dukkha-yonaya, they are source of pain. And what's the reason? Bhagavan says adyavantaha, they have beginning and they have end. And because of that reason only, the dukkha-yonayaha, a wise people, buddha nateshu ramate, a wise person doesn't revel among these bhogaha, among these pleasures that we have seen. 23rd verse, Bhagavan says, Sharira vimokshanat prak, before the release of this body, prak, yaha, a person who is able to sodhum, he is able to endure, and endure of what? The force of kama krodhodbhavam vegam. A force which is born out of either desire or anger, one who is able to endure and one who is capable to endure. That person, sa yuktaha. Here the yuktaha, we have seen the meaning is yogi, karma yogi, and he is sukhi. He is really, that person is happy. Last week we have seen this verse. Sharira vimokshanat prak, before the releasing the body, the force born out of desired anger, shaknoti hev. At that time also we have shared one thing, kama is not bad, desire is not bad, because in 7th chapter Bhagavan says, dharmaha aviruddha kamosmi paradarshava. I am a desire, but which is not against the dharma. That I myself, Bhagavan says. And we have seen there is a karana and karya. Like in Vedanta, always a pot is a karya, is the effect, and clay is the cause. Same way, kama krodha consider as an effect, while raga dvesha is a cause. So if we remove cause, effect automatically will go. So indeed not to remove kama krodha, really speaking, but we have to remove only our raga dvesha. And generally, why we have raga dvesha? Because we are expecting too much from the world. And if our desire and what we have raga is fulfilled, then we are happy. And something, our attachment is not fulfilled, then we have dvesha, hatred. So to come out, to come out from both kama krodha, what person should do? So we have seen there are many available suggestions are available, but we have seen last time there is a prayer which is very powerful. One who does regularly with meaning, with total understanding. So that prayer is helpful, and this is given by Pujya Swamiji. And that one is, oh Lord, to give me the strength so I can accept gracefully which cannot be changed. And here we cannot change our past, we cannot change other person, even we cannot change the situation sometime. So we can accept gracefully. And second is, give me the strength so I can change which can be changed. Nothing can be changed except ourselves. Only we can change. When we accept every people as they are, then we are changing ourselves. So only change can be possible at our point. So that's why, oh Lord, give me the strength so I can change my perspective, my thinking, everything. And last one is, oh Lord, give me the strength so I can understand what can be changed, what cannot be changed. And which cannot be changed is other people, which cannot change is our past. Even we cannot expect too much from the future. So that we know that cannot not be changed, and only change is at our part. We can change. This give a lot of strength from inside. We can accept people as they are. So more we can accept people, we are less angry. We have less desire to change them. And even if we follow karma yoga properly, then also our raga dvesha will be less. So generally people out of raga dvesha, they perform karma. But if we perform karma with that mind, I am not doing for my personal any desire, but I am doing for Ishvara only. And whatever come in my life, it is not my, this is a prasada, is a gift of Lord, then our mind will be balanced, ready to accept everything. And we have seen there are many words are available, which in which we are comfortable when anger is just comes on surface in our mind, and we can give some words like aham shanta hastir, whatever we like, then it will help a lot. It will be subside, that anger will go. And even fourth one, just I remember right now, if we know now our mind is getting angry, so we can tell the person, tomorrow we will discuss, right now I don't like to discuss. That also, that anger will go. And we have seen a beautiful old definition given in Bhashyam. What is calm? What is the sign of karma? What is the indication how this desire comes? Even definition of anger and the indication of the force of krodha. And last, Shankaracharya is written, Marana Sima Karanam Jivatah. This kama krodha will be with us up to the death, Marana Sima Paryanta. And this kama krodha vegaha ananta nimittavan. They have many type of cause. Any cause it gives us to get angry. It's called ananta nimittvan yavat maranam. Until death won't come, tavat na vishrambha. It doesn't stop. It will keep on coming. So we have to be careful to subside them, to remove them. And one who can do saha yuktaha sa sukhi naraha. So one who can endure, that person is really karma yogi and happy. So here yuktaha is translated as karma yogi in Bhashya. One who is karma yogi, that person only, that vega, that force can be endured. And now again, there are traits again of Atma Jnani. On 24th verse, to whom we can see is a self, one who has a self-knowledge. Bhagavan says, Antaha Sukhaha, Antararamaha, Antaha Jyotihi, Evai, Evayaha, Sayogi, Brahma Bhutaha, Brahma Nirvanam, Adhigacchati. Antaha Sukhaha. Generally, we seek happiness from outside for our happiness. We would like to talk with someone, then we are happy. We would like to see movie, then we are happy. We go out and we are happy. But this person doesn't seek happiness from outside, but one who knows myself is a source of happiness. It's called Antah Sukha. Antararamaha. Ramaha. The meaning is to revel. You know, there is a Bhagavan Rama. The etymology of Bhagavan Rama is Ramante Asmin Yogina. It's called Rama. One who revels in whom, it's called Rama. Yogina means Bhakta. Same way Antararama. One who revels with oneself inside. There is no need of any external object or person. It's called Antararamaha. Antaha Jyotihi. The meaning of Antaha Jyotihi means here Jyotihi is not like any lamp, but Jyotihi is mind. Antaha Jyotihi means one whose mind knows I'm a Brahman. It's called Antah Jyotihi. And Brahma Bhutaha. This is also one characteristic of Atma Jnani. Brahma Bhutaha means one who is the form of Brahman. Whenever Bhuta Shabda word comes last in one word, the meaning of Bhutaha means in the form of. Brahma Bhutaha means that person is in the form of Brahma. Such person, Sayogi, Brahma Nirvanam Adhigacchati. That person will gain Brahma Nirvana. The meaning of Brahma Nirvana means moksha. One who is free from all type of limitation is called Brahma Nirvana. There is a Brahmi Sthiti, no? It comes in second chapter, Esha Brahmi Sthiti. And same, I think Nirvana Madhigacchati, last verse of second chapter, is also called Brahma Nirvana, means liberation. I think from this only, Bhagavan Buddha has found this word, Nirvana. Nirvana Madhigacchati. So Anvaya is Yaha, a person who is Antah Sukha, one who has happiness inside, Antararama, who is always revels with oneself, Antah Jyotihi, one whose minds awake the one's own nature, Sah person, yogi, is considered as a yogi, Brahma Bhutaha, son, in the form of Brahman, gains liberation. Brahma Nirvana means liberation, that person gains. So first word is very beautiful, Antah Sukha. Shankaracharya is written in Bhashyam, Antaha means Atmani, one who is happy in oneself. Atmani eva atmana tushta, like in second chapter. Same way, Atmani Sukha, one who is happy in oneself is called Antah Sukha. They are not dependent for external object, person, situation for one's happiness. So I have written just for fulfillment. So we generally, people in general, they always dependent on external factor. But this person, there is no external dependency. without any person, without any object, even without any particular situation, that person is always in happiness. It says there is a free from the notion of doership and never feeling imperfection or limitation in one side. That person can be happy. Otherwise, we always feel something is lacking inside, so we consider ourselves as imperfect. We always think there is a limitation in me, then we cannot be happy. And we always think whatever I do is not completely perfect. So this considering oneself as a doer, considering oneself as imperfect, never gives happiness. Then we are seeking outside. But who doesn't have such notion about doership, imperfection or limitation, because that person knows I am all pervasive. That person is called Anta Sukha. These all are called Bahuvrihi Samasa in Sanskritam. They are always describe the characteristic of person. So Anta Sukha, then Antararamaha. Same Antaha means again Atmani. Aramaha means Krida, to revel, Yasya. So Shankaracharya has given the meaning Antaha is equal to Atmani and Aramaha is not just resting, but Arama means to play, to revel. Akrida Yasya. For any play in general, either as a cricket, football, badminton, they need a partner to play, but to revel oneself. But this person doesn't need anyone. This always amuse, is a revel, is a play with oneself only, in Atma only. It's called Antararama. One who does not need anyone to revel or play. Person revels with oneself only. Generally, people like to keep them in amusement. They always feel someone amusement with extra object. They like to play cards, there are caroms, inside games, outdoor games. There are many games. With them only, we can be happy. We can be in amusement. But this Atmagyani, a person who has self-knowledge, they don't need anything. They are happy. They revels with oneself. I don't know whether I shared or not, but before 3 to 4 years, I did one camp in Brindavan. In who is that very famous ashram? Then somebody says we have to do pradakshinam, that Govardhan, you know. Then we went by bus. It's very long pradakshina, so went by bus. So one person who is living in Brindavan, he joined us. Then he said, I would like to introduction of one person who is living in that Govardhan Giri hill. And he's like Avaduta. So would you like to visit them? Then we say, yes, we will go. But he says they never allowed any women. Only gents can visit. Then we say, okay. Then all the male part, they went up. He's living in this very different situation. He would like to live on one floor. And for come out down, he kept one staircase. When he go up, he just take that staircase so nobody can go up. So he was living there. Then that male, they went up. They asked. Then we asked from down. That Kalyaniji is asked, we cannot come? We cannot see you. Then he said, please come, you please come. Then we went, 2 to 3, we all went. Then he considered himself as a mother of Radha. And he knows English, he knows Hindi, he was South Indian. I don't know from where. Then he started talking about all Vedanta. And he doesn't wear any clothes. He keeps inside, in some case was there. So nobody, only we can see the face. But he was so in joyful mood. He says, my daughter has go out, now she will come, now you have to go. I have to keep all preparation for my daughter. But he was so in joyful mood. He was enjoying. It's called Atma Rama. He doesn't need anything. He was just really, and he was so happy. Antara Rama. It's called Antara Rama. Antah Jyoti. So Shankaracharya has made Antah means same. And Atmani, but Atma means Jyoti, and Jyoti means Prakasha. And he has given here Jyoti is equal to mind. Whenever Atma comes, sometimes we take as a physical body, sometimes Atma is a mind, and Atma is a Satchidana. But here is written Jyoti is equal to mind. And why they consider Jyoti is a mind, then is given description. What is the job of mind? Mind always illumines external object inside our mind, and then mind creates division, knower, known, and knowledge. I am a knower, outside is a known, and this is a knowledge. Always there is a triputi, is a division. But a person who is a Atmagyani, one who has self-knowledge, that division has gone. So, but a person in whom this division of mind has gone, like Gnata Gneya, Veda, that Veda has gone. And why that Veda has gone? So, because of self-knowledge. And one who knows all three division is nothing but consciousness only. This is my nature. That person is called Antahjyoti. In one whose mind that difference has gone, okay, I am different knower, this object which is sitting outside is a different, but everything is one. That called Antahjyoti. Because of self-knowledge, that division has gone. Always say, we always work with three division. Drashta, Drishya, Drishyam, and Darshanam. Drashta is a seer. Drishyam, who is sitting outside, is a object, is a Drishyam. And what we are doing, that Kriya, activity, is called Darshanam. So we always think these are, all three are different. Bhokta, Bhojyam, Bhojanam. It's all division we are living in. But Agnani, that division has gone. All this Triputi is in Sanskrit is called Triputi, triplets. It's gone. It's called Antahjyoti. That person knows I am consciousness, knower is consciousness, object is also consciousness, even that knowledge is also consciousness. So one who knows consciousness of a knower, consciousness of a known object, and consciousness of knowledge is one and same. That person is called Antahjyoti. So, Antahsukha, Antahjyotihi, Antaratma, that person is called Sayogi. Saha eva yogi, meaning is wise person. One who knows the word Esa, that person, Brahma Bhutaha. Bhuta, when comes, its meaning is in the form, in Brahman. So that person is known. I am not doer, I am not even enjoyer. So I am Akarta, Abhokta. Such person, Prapnoti, Adhigachati, the meaning is Prapnoti. And what is the meaning of Prapnoti? Brahmani Nirvrittim Mokshaha Eva. Shankaracharya has written in his Bhashyam, one who is resolved in Brahman, totally resolves in Brahma, and this is called moksha. And when this moksha is possible, Iha Jivan Eva, while living in this body only. This is more important. When Brahma Nirvanam, liberation will come, Iha means in this body, Jivan means life only, not after death. Adhigachati means prapnoti, gains that person. These are the traits of Atmagyan. Again, Bhagavan has told the different type of, and again, adjective. Labante brahma nirvanam ऋषयः क्षीणकल्मषाः छिन्नद्वैधायतात्मानः सर्वभूतहिते रताः. All are different adjective of Gnani. Rushayah, Kshinkalmashaha, Chinnadvedaha, Yatatmanaha, Sarvabhuta Hiterataha. Last one is Brahma Nirvanam Labante. Somebody asks, who will gain liberation? Then he says, Rushayah, one who are Rushi. Kshinkalmashaha, one whose impurity has gone, has removed. Dvaita means doubts. Chinna Dvaita, one have removed their doubts. Yatatmanaha, one who is putting a fort. And Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha, one who always engage. Rataha means engage. Sarva Bhuta Hite Rata, in welfare of all beings. Hita means welfare of all beings. Such people, Brahma Nirvanam Labante. They will gain Brahma Nirvana. So all different type of, again, adjectives. Rushayah, Kshinkalmashaha, Chinnadveda, Yatatmanaha, Sarvabhuta Hite Rataha, Brahma Nirvanam Labante. This is more description of Jnani. So it's written, Antah Sukha Antararamaha Antarjyotihi is a description of previous verse. There again more Bhagavan had described this Atmagyani. First is called Rushayah. Rushayah is plural, Rushi. So there are two meanings. There are one in Rushi, there is a one verb is called Rucha. The meaning of Rucha is to know. And another meaning of Rucha means to wander. One is know, to know. And another is to wandering. Shankaracharya is explained both. What is the meaning of Rushayah? So one is called Ruchati Janati iti Rushi. One who knows. And one what they knows in their meditation, they all are mantra drashtara. They have seen all mantras. Janati, they know. That's why they called as a Rishi. Another meaning of Rushi is Ruchati Atati. The meaning of Atati means wandering, moving. Real Paramhamsa, one who has self-knowledge, they never stay at one place. Like Paramhamsa, they keep on moving. One, they never stay at one place. It's called Rishi. Because the another meaning of Ruch means to wander. But it doesn't mean that one who are staying at one place, they don't have Gatma Gyana. But there is a one meaning. It says, sannyasi should not stay more than 3 days in one same place. So that's why sannyasi, they keep on moving from one place to another place. And why that rule is given by Shastra? Because they may develop some attachment for one place. That's why sannyasi keep on moving. But there are Ramana Maharshi, there are Ramakrishna Paramahansa, there are many. In Pujya Swami, he will also keep on moving, but there are many sadhus, they are not moving. So both are there. So Ruchati Atati also Rishi, and one who knows everything about Shastra is also called Rishi. And these people have gained self-knowledge. If we ask, how do they become sages, this Rishi? In, generally in our India, they always make a picture of Rishis, one who has a beard, this gray hair beard, one who has a long hair, one who's sitting under the tree, they always call as a Rishi. But really it is not true. This is both definition of Rishi. And how they become Rishi, how they reach at that Bhagavan says, Kshina Kalmasha. Kshina Kalmash, again is a impurity. Kshina means one who is destroyed, one who is removed. Kshinaha Kalmashaha Yesha, one who is impurity. And which type of impurity? Again, only Raga Dvesha consider as impurity. But still I can tell Raga Dvesha which are binding. Non-binding Raga Dvesha is good. Suppose we don't have as a good habit, so we should develop some Dvesha for our habit, no? I would like to get up at 4 a.m. If at 4 a.m. alarm starts and we just oft and again go to sleep, so we should have Dvesha for our this nature. Then only we can remove. So this Raga Dvesha is, which are non-binding, is healthy to keep. Raga Dvesha, which is binding, which are not good for us also, and which are not good for others if we kept in our side, that only is not good to keep. So Kshina Kalmasha, so which type of Kalmasha? Which are binding Raga Dvesha. And somebody says how they have removed. So I have written, it is possible only by Karma Yoga. There is no other way to remove our Raga Dvesha, because this Karma Yoga is helpful, because in this attitude is make difference. When we think whatever we are doing, not for myself, then it's called Karma Yoga. In every day, every thinking, every our speech, and every whatever we are doing through our body, if we keep this in this mind, then only time will come. Slowly they will go. That's why Kshina Kalmasaha is possible only through Karma Yoga. Another name Bhagavan says is Chinna Dvedaha. Dvedaha means doubts. Chinnaha, we can say removed or resolved. These rishis, this Antaharamaha, these people have removed their all type of doubts. And generally, one who really wants to know, so which type of doubts we may have. So only at 3 levels, Jivaha, Ishwaraha, and Jagat. At 3 levels, we have doubt. It's Jiva, we consider ourselves as a Jiva. And when Shastra says, you are not separate from Ishvara, you are Ishvara, then again we may have doubt, because we know how much we are limited, how much we have less knowledge, and how that Almighty, omniscient, we can equal ourselves. So this always we should have doubt. So at Jiva level, we should have doubt. At Ishvara, because before knowing Vedanta, generally we think Bhagavan is sitting somewhere up, and after death we have to go there. But when Shastra says here nothing but everything is Ishvara, then also we may have doubt. In spite of Ishvara is everything, then how much there is terrorism, There is always something and something. These crimes, they are happening. We may have doubt. So at level, Ishvara level also, we may have doubts. And Jagat, we consider Jagat is as real as myself. Like my body is true, real, same way we consider Jagat is real. But Shastra says Jagat is like dream. It is not real. In Mandukya, if we study, totally they have said waking state is equal to dream state. Both are one and same. Both are agamaha apayinaha. They are not real. It is very nice to hear, but it is very assimilate this knowledge. But to assimilate this knowledge, we may have many doubts. If all doubts at these three layers, it's gone, it's called Chinnadveda. They have removed all their doubts. Chinnadvedaha, this Rushayaha, Yatatmanaha. Same is repeat and repeat. Yatatmanaha, the meaning of Atmanaha. Again, we can say both Karmendriya, Gnanendriya. That person is a master of organs of actions and organs of perception. Yaha Atmanaha means subtle body. Yata means as a master, one who is a master of one's own subtle body. And in subtle body, particularly sense organs and organs of actions. One who is a master is called Yatatmanaha. And fourth one, Bhagavan has used Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha. Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha. Rataha means engaged. Always that person is engaged. Hita means welfare, for doing good, for whom Sarva Bhuta, all beings, not only human beings, but all beings who are engaged joyfully, not with a long face, but joyfully, one who are engaged joyfully to help all beings. These people have developed in their mind one value, it's called ahimsa. And with total understanding, with total proper alertness and 100% sensitivity, they follow this value. And all this value is followed by kayena, vachasa and manasa. Kayena means through body, physical body, they never hurt anyone. Through words also, they never hurt anyone. Even through mind also, they never think to hurt anyone. It's called ahimsa. Such people, they cannot do any wrong to any being. That's why they always engage for the welfare of all beings. And this ahimsa is taken vow for sannyasi. Always sannyasi has to vow take for ahimsa, non-hurting to anyone. And when a person takes vow, I will never hurt to anyone, all people are out of competition, you know. Here competition is possible when we are ready to hurt someone. But when person says, I never hurt anyone, then they are out of competition. So it's always written in our scriptures, this Indra and all Devata, somebody does tapas, no, they always go to break their tapas. Because they consider Indra, this tapasvi, this who is doing austere, is competitor of me. If person does lot of tapas, then Bhagavan can give him the throne of Indra. That's why he always produce some hurdles when person are doing tapas. But a person who is given to self-knowledge, and when they are announced, I am not out of competition, this Indra, Varuna, they never create any hurdles of this Atmagyani, because they say they are not my competitor. So always Pujya Swamiji used to tell, for sannyasi who has taken vow, they are always safe because they are out of competition. And when they are out of competition, so what they're a natural trait. They're always engaged to help other ones. Swami Viditatmananji, when he says, I have to introduce Pujya Swamiji, then they are both together. So Swami Viditatmananji has to introduce Pujya Swamiji. So this is, Swamiji said, this is my common introduction for all people. Whenever I go with Pujya Swamiji, so I introduce a person who meet Pujya Swamiji. Pujya Swamiji starts thinking, how can I help this person? He never thinks, okay, this person should help me, but he always thinks, how can I help to others? So when person newcomer meets, Pujya Swamiji said, what can I do for you? He never asks, what can you do for me? But he always asks, what can I do for you? It's called Sarva Bhuta Hiterata. They is always engaged for welfare of other beings. Sarva Bhute. And this is not, they have to think, now I have to help others. This is a natural. It is a common natural traits of Atma Jnani. It says, I always says, even Sthita Prajna I have told, Jnaninaha lakshanani sadhakasya sadhanani. This is a lakshana means common trait, natural trait of Atma Jnani. For seeker, it becomes a means. If Atma Jnani says, I will follow ahimsa, he follow naturally, but who is a seeker? He is a new seeker, then that person has to follow ahimsa in his or her life. But for us, is a sadhana, for Gnani, is a natural. So such person, Brahma Nirvanam. Again, there are 3 types of Brahma Nirvanam comes. So Bhagavan says, Brahma Nirvanam means saying liberation. Moksham, again, Jivaneva. And what is the peculiarity of Shankaracharya ji? Once he has given the meaning of Brahma Nirvanam previous verse, he says Uktam. The meaning of Uktam means I have already told, I never repeat in Bhashyam. So he has written Uktam, but I have repeat the Brahmani Nivrittam. He totally relaxed, resolved in Brahman. It's called Moksham. Labante, same, they gain, where? Here only. It's called Brahma Nirvanam Ruchyati. Labante, gain. 26th verse. All repetition, almost everything is repetition. Kama krodha viyuktanam yatinam yatachetasam abhito brahma nirvanam vartate viditatmanam. Again, more qualification or traits of Atma Jnani. Kama krodha viyuktanam. Second one, yatinam. Third one, yatachetasam. Fourth one is viditatmanam. Such people, abhitaha, brahma nirvanam vartate. 1982, or I think, 83, Swami Viditatmananji was introduced as a brahmachari in Ahmedabad. And Pujya Swamiji came to introduce him. He always used to come to introduction of Swami Viditatmananji. At that time, he was a Swarupa Chaitanya. He was not Viditatman. He was Swarupa Chaitanya. And Swamiji has introduced. And Swamiji took 5th chapter in this Gnana Yoga. Now, immediately after this chapter, Pujya Swamiji have given him sannyasa. That's why he has given this name, Viditatmananji. Because before introducing him, immediately Swamiji gave him sannyas diksha. So Viditatmana. So who are people? Again, kama krodha viyuktana, who are free from both anger and desire. Yatinam. Yatinam means one who is always putting effort. Shankaracharya ji like sannyasi, but Puja Swamiji also put karma yogi also. So yatinam, because karma yogi also putting effort, and sannyasi also putting effort. So one who is putting effort, yata chetasa. Before it was come, same. Yata, in previous verse, same chetasam. Chetas means mind. One who is a master of one's own mind. Viditatmanam. Viditaha atma yeshamte. One who knows oneself is called Viditatmanam. Such person Brahma Nirvanam Vartate. The person is liberated. Abhitaha is given in both way, while living also and after death also. One who is while living only, that person has mukti after death. But detail of this mantra, shloka, we will see next time. Any question? Want to ask? Yeah, unlock. Hemlata ji, unlock. Unmute. How can we not hear your voice? We are not hearing. Your voice is not coming. Can you hear? So why cannot me? Now? Haha, your voice is not coming. Everybody can listening. Everybody can hearing her voice except me. Huh? How come? You are unmute only. Also here you are unmute only. Something is unmute only. Raviji, you can explain what she is telling. If I can hear you or not. Something is problem in my. Why? You just write down anything is need to change in chat. I cannot hear anybody's voice. Nobody's even Raviji voice. Sharmila ji. I was talking with Sharmila ji previously before class, but now I don't know. Try. Unmute anyone. Nobody's voice. Something is problem. Chat. 1 minute. I can't unmute myself. Krishnananji, try to speak something because everybody's voice I was listening. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, volume. Is it full? Yeah, my volume is full. Both. Yeah, maybe some problem. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Again can start, no? Okay, yeah. Okay. Just leaving